Hello everyone and welcome back to the TFC Football YouTube channel today with another video, and it is a review of the Liverpool versus Wolves game at Molineux today, 8 o'clock kickoff. And yeah, it's my first video for quite a while. Sorry I've been away everyone, a bit of a busy time recently, but we're back with another upload today. And before we start this video, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to everybody who has subscribed to the channel recently. We have now hit 100 subscribers, a massive milestone for this channel, and hopefully we can continue to grow and expand the channel and have as many people go on this journey with me as possible. So let's get straight down to the video, guys. So first of all, in this game, I would like to talk about the formation and the squad that Jurgen Klopp put out. And to be honest, it wasn't really that much of a surprise. It was the exact same team that started against Leipzig in the second leg of the round of 16 in the Champions League earlier on, last week, sorry. And yeah, I feel like it really did work for Liverpool. Another solid performance. Looked in control for large parts of the game. Fair enough, in other parts of the game it was a bit more open, a bit more end-to-end. But yeah, I think Liverpool again had a very good performance, and I have to say, Nathaniel Phillips, wow. The guy really does just get his head on absolutely everything. He would run through a brick wall to get his head on that ball at all times. Really, really impressive defensive display from him. And to think that last season he wasn't even being considered for Liverpool, and it's only really because of this very strange circumstance that he's even been given a chance in the Liverpool side. And you can really see that through his recent performances, and that he is clearly trying to fight for a place in the squad and his long-term future, whether that be at Liverpool or whether that be starting in the starting lineup of another Premier League team a little bit further down the table maybe. And yeah, equally goes for Ozan Kabak alongside him today. Another very good performance from him. I feel like he is a little bit more low-key than what Phillips is. He doesn't do typically the impressive things like Phillips does, the spectacular headers, the spectacular tackles, but he does all of the very important, crucial last tackles. And whenever Liverpool are in danger, he always makes sure that they do not pass the defence and score a goal. And he showed that again today. Some real good defensive tackles in one-on-one situations at the back, and as well he did very well to hold off Adama Traore in many scenarios throughout the game. And in general, I feel like those two are starting to become a very, very good partnership, and I think over time will be just even more stable for Liverpool, hopefully. And yeah, I think that Robertson today didn't really have a good game in my books for what I expect from Andy Robertson in a game for Liverpool. But on the other side, Trent Alexander-Arnold, I would say he had a very good game up and down the wing. Very good defensive display from him, reading a lot of the balls and a lot of passes that Wolves were trying to make throughout the entirety of the game, and also with him getting forward, providing many crosses, many good passes in the offensive third for Liverpool. And despite it not coming to any real success, any real goal at the end of it, it was still very good play from Alexander-Arnold and a very good performance overall. Now, if we're talking about the midfield of Liverpool and their performance today, I would say it was an absolutely outstanding performance from Fabinho, yet again being moved back into midfield in the CDM role, which he absolutely excels in, and in my opinion is just cementing himself as the best defensive midfielder in the world right now. And it was very impressive. He made a lot of challenges today, a lot of very important tackles for Liverpool, as well as just showing an impressive level of just stamina, really. He was clearing up the line left and right, all across the pitch in that defensive line, as well as going forward and doing his main defensive duties. And I feel like it's a big reason why Liverpool recently have been able to turn their results round, with that defensive stability, with the centre-back partnership, as well as Fabinho shoring up the defence and protecting the defenders a little bit more, so they are not as exposed as what they were when Fabinho was in the defence and there was no one in front of them to protect him. And it wasn't just a very good defensive display. I would say Thiago Alcantara, a very, very good performance. Not quite the usual spectacular passing range that we're used to seeing from him. More of a hassling display today, I would say. That, yeah, he just made a lot of headers, made himself a real nuisance, and picked up a yellow card very early on in the game, and was treading on eggshells a little bit with a few of his challenges. But I think as well that is why he ended up getting subbed off in the game for, I think it was Naby Keita, I think it was. And yeah, I'd say it was a very good performance again from Thiago Alcantara, as well as the Leipzig game in the midweek last week. And yeah, same goes for Gini Wijnaldum. Another very solid performance from him. He just keeps playing game after game without any rest, like Andy Robertson. But I would say Gini Wijnaldum is keeping up the high level, high quality performances, and doesn't look like he will be losing his spot in the team anytime soon. He might get subbed out every so often for a little bit of rotation, like he was today, with James Milner taking his place for the last 20 minutes or so. And yeah, onto the front three. So first, let's start with the more animated of the two wingers in this game. Sadio Mane had a very, very good performance, looking more like at his best than what he has been for a very long time, in my opinion. And he really was looking very desperate for a goal today, doing everything in his power. Some very good runs, very good dribbling that we haven't seen from Mane for a little while. And I genuinely feel like his form's starting to return with these last two games that he has performed very well in. And he was, I would say, a big reason as to why Liverpool scored the goal, the decisive goal to get the 3 points today, and put the man up front, Diogo Jota, in on goal, and that's how Liverpool got their goal. But it wasn't just that from Sadio Mane that I noticed today. I noticed a lot of tracking back and defensive work, helping Andy Robertson with Adama Traore down that right hand side, defending him together, doubling up as a pair, and yeah, just shoring up Liverpool's left hand side, making sure they limited as many Wolves attacks as possible. And I think that was a big success in the game. And yeah, Sadio Mane carrying up different positions throughout the game, not just on the left hand side where we so typically see him. He was drifting into the middle at certain points in the game as well, and dropping deep even in certain points in the game, like I have previously mentioned. But on the other hand, Mo Salah, I feel like he had a very good first, I would say, 15-20 minutes of the game. Very animated, creating a lot of chances and just being very involved in the game. However, I feel like up until half time, and even you could argue the first little bit of the second half, it was a little bit of a more quiet performance from him. Not what you usually typically see from Mo Salah, but considering how in form and how on fire he's been recently, I think he deserves to have a game where he's not at his absolute best. And yeah, he did come to life though in the last, I would say, 20 minutes of the game. Mo Salah, he did score a second goal for Liverpool to make it 2-1, but he was fractionally offside, so it was very close there. Could have been 2-0 to Liverpool. He did score, but it was marginally offside, and for that, I would say that is very unlucky for Mo Salah. And now on to the goal scorer, Diogo Jota. And for Diogo Jota's goal, it was a very good pass from Sadio Mane first time. Little bit of a scuffed pass, but it was a very, very accurate pass into the feet of Diogo Jota. And he hit it hard and low to the keeper's near post. And even though you could argue Patricio should have done better to keep the ball out of the back of the net, it put Liverpool up literally with the last kick of the first half, and I feel like that killed the momentum a little bit of Wolves. And yeah, and despite Liverpool getting the win, Wolves did have some very noticeable chances, a few headers, one being from Connor Cody that Alisson did well to save, as well as a good shot from Ruben Neves early in the first half. He was trying to whip it with the outside of his boot to take it to the bottom corner, but it went just wide. And yeah, I think that Wolves did have a good display today, but I wouldn't say they were unlucky to come away with anything from the game. I believe Liverpool were worthy winners of today's game, and these 3 points will hopefully kickstart them to have a little bit of a run and just make things interesting for potential clubs to get the top 4 this season. Not so much the top 2. The 2 Manchester clubs for me already have secured first and second place, but I feel like 3rd and 4th may still be up for grabs come the end of the season. And my man of the match today, in my personal opinion, I would give it to Nathaniel Phillips again for yet another amazing display. Great defensive display from Nathaniel Phillips, and I would say that in terms of how far he's come as a player, from being a second division player in Germany to all of a sudden being a Liverpool starter in the Premier League and making very good attacking players look quite average at best, really. And he really did command the defence for Liverpool, and even at points I saw Nathaniel Phillips sticking an arm out, telling players beyond him like Mo Salah to go press players and go shut them down. And that is a real good display of a good leadership quality that he possesses. So yeah, for me it's not much of a easy decision with how many great displays there were from many Liverpool players today, but for me it has to be Nathaniel Phillips. We have now come to the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, please make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below letting me know what you thought of the video. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and if you are a new subscriber, please leave a comment below saying I subscribed, so I know that you are a new subscriber and I can welcome you to the TFC football community. So without any further ado, guys, have a great day. See ya.